Hello and welcome to my May reading wrap up. I look cray because we just moved. I don't have my camera battery charger, and you know what? I thought if I got the video that's crappy, then at least maybe the sound quality will be better. So I'm going to be holding this giant microphone in hopes that things will look better than they seem, or maybe a little placebo effect that it'll make the video look better if I have decent sound quality. Anyways, let me get into my books. I read 4 books this month and I'm on my 5th one. I was in a little bit of a reading slump, but honestly I work a full-time job and it is what it is. I did what I did and I enjoyed it, and I'm not going to force myself to read 20,000 books if I don't want to. I hope I'm looking at the camera. I can't even tell. Anyways, the first book that I read this month was My Favorite Sister. And this book is about a reality TV television show. And if you love reality TV, then you're going to like this book. At least you will to an extent. You can appreciate the cheesiness. You can appreciate how it's kind of bad, but it's kind of good. And the premise of it is that this girl was murdered on it, and it tells you that from the beginning, so I'm not giving anything away. They give a behind the scenes look of what the producers are doing to these people, and this show was supposed to be about uplifting people that aren't normally uplifted in the media, but then instead of doing that and giving these women a platform where they could grow from them, they were using it against them and using it as a trend instead of taking care of these women as far as making sure they were shed positively in the media. Put my rating up here. I think I gave it 3 stars, so it wasn't the best book ever, but it was enjoyable. Now, the second read I did was Beach Read by Emily Henry, and this book is so popular. Everybody loves this book, and I gotta tell you, I didn't enjoy it. I think I gave it 2 or 3 stars, and it was about a girl who's living next to this guy, and he ended up being from the same college as her, and they're figuring out writing different genres, and they're helping each other getting through their writing things, and it's a little bit of a romance book. I just didn't like how slow it was. I felt like it moved really slow. It didn't have much going on. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It just bored me. And people love this book. I was so excited to read it, and people love it, and it was just boring. It was just boring to me. So anyways, moving on to another anticipated read was Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I loved Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Was it a copy and paste of Love in Other Words? Almost. It almost was. But you know what? I loved it. It was good, and I haven't seen anything about anybody being sued, so I guess it was different enough to where it was okay. So I grabbed Meet Me at the Lake, and you know what? It's kind of deceiving that the cover is very similar to Every Summer After, and it has nothing to do with that book. It's not even a character from that book. It's nothing. They just draw you in because it's the same cover, and they get ya. And it should have been similar if they're going to use the same cover, but I guess not. This book really disappointed me. I'm trying not to be negative about everything, but this book was so disappointing. So what it is that these people, Will and Fern, met 9 years ago on June 14th. Fast forward to the present time, she runs into Will again at the resort that she's working at, and they're obsessed with each other. They were with each other for one day for 24 hours, and nothing even crazy happened, but for some reason they're connected with each other. And why? Why are they connected with each other? I really do not know. I don't know. It was one day for 24 hours they were together. Nothing crazy happened to me in my eyes. I'd rather hear about Fern's mom and Peter. Their relationship, I felt more connected to them than the 2 main characters. But the other aspects of the book I enjoyed was it had to do with her mom, and let me make sure I'm not giving anything away. Okay, I won't say too much because I don't want to give anything away, but I like the other aspects. I can't even say that word, so I keep trying to say it. But I like this book as far as everything else, but the 2 main characters did not connect for me. If you read this and you agree with me, you get what I'm saying, please write in the comments, because I was disappointed. The connection between Every Summer After of those 2 main characters was so good because they had the whole childhood and they'd known each other for years. But in here, one day, come on now, one day and nothing happened and you're connected like that? I don't think so. Moving on to the next book, The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. I loved it. I read it in a day. I'm obsessed. I love her writing. I want more of her. I want to read more of her books. I am sold. 5-star book. 5 out of 5 stars. It was about this girl who lived with her father, and it ended up that he was locking women in the basement and killing them. And then things start to pop up again in her life, and she's worried of what's going to happen. I'm not even going to tell you much about this, but that you just need to read it. It says, when 11-year-old Nora Davis was up in her bedroom doing homework, she had no idea her father was killing women in the basement until the day the police arrived at their door. Decades later, Nora's father is spending his life behind bars, and Nora is a successful surgeon. Nobody knows her father was a notorious serial killer. Then Nora discovers one of her young female patients has been murdered in the same unique and horrific manner that her father used to kill his victims. And somebody knows who Nora is. Somebody wants her to take the fall. I love this book. I want to read more Frida McFadden books. My dog is so annoying. And I love her. I'm obsessed. It only took me a day to read. Moving right along. Now, this is the book that I'm reading right now, Hidden Pictures. It's a chunky guy, but it's really fun because it has little drawings in it. It's about this girl who used to be a drug addict, and she is now becoming a babysitter for this child in a different town in New Jersey instead of Philadelphia. And this child is making very interesting drawings that he started doing since he moved into his new house. Mallory begins to suspect these are glimpses of an unsolved murder from long ago. Which I didn't even know that because I don't like to read a synopsis. It gives stuff away. Did that give something away? Probably. Oh my god. And I have to tell you too, when I was reading this book and I flipped through it, I flipped towards the end and I gave away some of the ending because I was trying to see how many pages were in the book and I gave it away. Now, moving on. What do I want to read in June? I'm very much a mood reader. So, these are on my list. Will I get to them? I don't know. But right now, I'm really wanting to read a Riley Sager book. I don't think I've ever read one of his. And this is Survive the Night. We already own it. And I'm trying not to buy more books because we just moved. And, I'm not trying to not be able to pay my rent. So, Survive the Night, Riley Sager. I'm interested in reading this. But I kind of started it, and it's written in third person. So, all right. Don't know about that. And the other one I would like to start that just seems really cute that I got recently was the 13 and a half Lives of Captain Blue Bear. It's so cute. It's like an adult children's novel. I don't know how to describe it other than that. It is thick, but that seems really interesting to me. I am on the fence of reading The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, but honestly, guys, I'm just so much of a mood reader that I don't know what I'm going to read, because now I've gotten into horror and all that. Because I kept trying to read romance, and it wasn't going anywhere for me. So I got into the horror, and it's picked up my reading pace again because I was in a little bit of a slump. I hope this video was okay. I don't know. I feel like I've been looking over here the whole time, and I should have been looking here. And if this didn't record, I'm done. I will never make another video ever again. I did my best. So let me know what you read this month. What do you think you're going to be reading in June? And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more things like this. I don't know if you do, but it doesn't hurt to try, right? Anyways, talk to you soon. Subscribe. Whatever you got to do, do it. And bye.